Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Aber, and welcome back to welcome to not really a new series because we're in creative and I can't build. Nobody wants to see me build anything. The other day, I was talking to PETA from the build team. I found out that he doesn't know how to world edit very well. I'm sorry, PETA. That wasn't nice. But anyway, I told him I'd make a video on how to world edit. Nothing crazy. Just a couple things that I'm kind of surprised that more people don't know about. Especially, well, with him being a builder. But he does everything by hand, which is cool. That you can come up with a lot of cool stuff. Patterns and what else. Like the hub, for example. We used WorldEdit, I think, to make the circles for the islands, but most of it wasn't WorldEdit. Most of it we did by hand, and I think that took like me, the one dude whose name I won't say because bad things happen, and Die Tiger. I think it took us like 8 hours to do that. I mean, most of the time we were just harassing the bad guy. But anywho, so Neko. Oh, and before I forget, the person whose plot was right here, Neko. Even though you'll probably notice this before this video airs, hadn't been on in 3 months, so I cleared the plot, gave it to you, and expanded because, yeah, you need more room. But anywho, so yeah, Neko wants this right here moved. At least I think he wants this moved. Said something about he can't make this dome because he's like right on the edge, and you can't actually select anything on this road or on this little area right here, because it's technically part of the road. Okay, so I have my WorldEdit wand. Someone nicely put a block right here to denote, I guess, the one selection point. So I'm going to make a point here. And to do a circular selection, you pretty much have to go here 1 point and then go diagonally out. Diagonally out. Oh wow. I didn't realize this before. This is not going to work all that well. Because I need to be at the corner of this block, this blue wool, and the corner of this over here. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to move this over a little bit so I can select this. So it looks like he already set a block in the air, but since I don't know if this is actually, this is gonna be a pain. I guess I could do it in sections. I'll do it in sections. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set go as far over as I can, which would be right here. Well, right here. So I'm lined up with this one, and I'm almost lined up with this. Now, I can either left click, I can either right click this block right here, or, well, I'm gonna go up here. So I won't have to worry about expanding, how high up I'll be expanding. I won't have to stand on the ground, figure out what my Y coordinate is, figure out what the Y coordinate of this top part up here is, of that right there. So I come up here, So I'm at Y141. I can set a point up here. I want to set point 2, so I'll just do //POS2, and it'll set the second position. Now the only problem is this block right here is one block up, and so if there's anything in the ground, like if there were half slabs or anything right here, I would need to select that as well. There's a way you can do that without having to break any blocks. I frequently do it on build team builds that I have to move because they use gravel, like Toby uses gravel. Not saying it's a bad thing, I actually like it. But gravel's affected by gravity, so I usually have to expand. Now, a lot of people know //expand vert, which expands from bedrock to sky limit. I don't want to do that right now. I want to expand down 2 blocks. So I'll look down, //expand, if I can spell, expand 2, region expanded 4992 blocks. Okay, so now that we've got our selection, copying, although I'll probably do a cut. Copying, where you stand when you copy is extremely important, because that's where your selection will, that's how it'll be able to tell where you paste is relative to where you copy. I've seen people copy while in the air, and that is the most painful thing to paste correctly. That's how you end up with, I don't know, server spawns being 1 block higher than they're supposed to be, and then nobody finding out for 6 months when they're, going to edit the terrain and notice, hey, this entire spawn is 1 block higher than it should be, and nobody noticed. What? That's actually a true story. I won't tell you who did it. Okay, so I have half of it. Now, what I'm going to do, just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to cut. Okay, so for here, I need this part over here. I'm going to, first point here, second point I will put, why is there party? Or is that backwards? Oh, I know what he was doing. Okay, so where did I put? Okay, the first point was over here. My second point, I need it to be, actually, I'm going to put the first point aligned with this block. Way up here. Just so I can get that red wool right there. Back off a little bit. POS1. And then POS2 needs to be aligned with that right there, here. I'll just set it right here. And set 1 block over. And then that was first position, so second position in the ground. Expand 1. Now keep in mind I said where you're standing is very important when you copy or you cut. I'm going to stand right here because I need to align this one with the one over there. Cut. Perfect. I'll grab that in a sec. And then, since this was not an overlap, I will stand, I think I gotta stand right here. And paste. Oh, that scared me for a second. And I think it, oh, no it's not. No, it's not. There's a hole. Okay, so I undo that. I should have mentioned it's a good idea to look at your structure before you try to copy paste it or cut and paste it in sections. I didn't think to look at how wide it is. If you're unsure, you can always redo or undo and then redo from wherever. It's like I wasn't sure if this right here was right. 1 and then 2 and then 3. Wait, is that 2 or 3? 3. Oh, 1, 3, 3, 2. Yeah, 1. And for all intents and purposes, you really don't need to even use a WorldEdit wand for the most part. You can just //POS2, but the only thing is it didn't select the actual, it selected the block that I'm standing on, not the ground. So if I were to cut right now, it would just take out the ground and half of Neko's build. Whoops. That was an accident. Second thing, say like you have a build that is asymmetrical by 1 block. I've known a few builders that irritated to no end. Whoops. Like this, for example, this right here. So you take this right here, select this point right here, select this point right here, and then face the direction you want it to go, and / move 1. It'll move the whole thing over 1. And I don't know if he meant for this to be like this, but I'm going to move it anyway because it kind of blends in. Move it this way. 3. And there it is. So say like you have a build of a cute dog and you want it to look like cute dog is looking at another cute dog. I did not build that. That's Marcus, or Theophany, or Marksy. I did build this right here, though, when I was playing with WorldEdit for the first time. Okay, so I said south, so I'm going to put this right here. Okay, so say like you have this dog right here. You want him to be looking at himself. Easiest way to do that, you could rotate 180, so it'll now be facing this way. Copy has been rotated. Or you can flip, which makes a mirror image of whatever it is that you copied. In order to do that, all you do is look the way you want the image to be oriented. So like it's, if I look at it here, it's right here. But if I want to look at it and it be over here, just look this way, flip, paste. It's now flipped. So the difference, in case you're wondering. Okay, so the difference is this. This is the original right here. His eye is on the west side. On the 180-degree flipped one, his eye is on the east side. So all it does is it takes the image and rotates it. And so now they look like two different dogs staring at each other, or eyeing each other differently. In this one, however, his eye is on the west side, Same as the original, because it is the original. And this one, his eye is on the west side. So it mirror images the selection. Now, say like you wanted to add a third dog who is looking at the rest of these angry looking dogs. So the flipped image is the one I have now because, or that one, I don't know which one it is. Easiest way to tell. Yeah, it's the flipped one. Or the rotated one. So what I can do is I can take it and rotate minus 90, I think it is. Ooh, no. Minus makes it rotate counterclockwise, so north then west, and plus makes it rotate north, east, etc. I need to remember that. Oops. That not. So now we have one that is rotated 90 degrees. He's now on the east side of the center. Oh, and in case you were wondering in more detail what paste minus error does, stand right here. So if I paste, it puts him in this little box right here. It replaces all the grass blocks and dirt blocks with air blocks. So this is how he is regular paste. How many blocks is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. Go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to paste minus air. It says it's done, but you don't see anything. You go up here. He's now a very short dog. He's a super short dog embedded in the ground. And since it minus the air, it's still pasted, but it didn't paste the air blocks. So he's just stuck on the ground. And of course there is, as far as move goes, I think you can move in any direction. Yeah, you can move in any direction, but it only took the blocks in my selection, so now he has broken legs. Poor doggy. Just want to give you a hug. Yeah, I'm giving you a hug. It's okay, doggy. And unfortunately, when you move like that, it also moves everything. So now I have a whole bunch of dogs, and they're staring at each other angrily. Okay, so now we have two groups of dogs squaring off against each other while a confused female dog looks on. Or it could be Neko. I don't know. I'm just assuming it's female because it has a pink collar. If I was a dog and somebody put a pink collar on me, or wait, I am a dog. If someone put a pink collar on me, I'd be unhappy. I'd be very, very unhappy. And these dogs look unhappy. Their tail is just sticking outward. If it's up, it means they're happy and they're well fed, right? And if it's that way or down, it means that they need to eat, right? Okay, so say like you have an area and you want it to have a mixture of gravel. So you want to have a mixture of gravel, go with cracked stone bricks, and how about oak wood planks? But you don't want to set all of it at once. You don't want to set all of it in sections by hand. One thing that you can do is replace 2 for stone. Let's see, we wanted 25% gravel, because stone isn't 2, it's 1. 2 is grass. And now we have our pattern, which actually doesn't look that bad. I mean, except for like right there, but and all of this wood. Okay, so we don't like that. I'm gonna undo and then redo. It looks alright, but I decide I don't want the wood in there. I would rather have stone. So I'm going to take wood, that's stone. Did that actually do anything different? No, it didn't. I can undo it and then replace again and get a different pattern, different combination. And you can put as many different block types as you want in there. Important thing to remember is that you have what's your command, which is replace. What you're replacing, which is 1 for stone or whatever the item ID is, or you could put stone. Your percentage, so 25% gravel. It can be anything. It can be 5%. It can be 11%. As long as all of your percentages equal up to 100%. They can't equal 99%. They can't equal 101%. Your block ID, which can either be the name of it or the item ID for it. For 98.2, which is cracked stone brick, you can actually do stone brick 2, which will do the same thing. And then one thing that's super important with this is there are no spaces between any of this. There are no spaces. You can't put spaces. You might want to put spaces, but it won't let you put spaces. It'll ignore anything after the space, or it will tell you that that's not a recognized block ID, or it'll give you an error message, or it won't work, one of the two. So hopefully that covers everything as far as things that you might not have known with WorldEdit and that you may find useful at some point, or you may never find this useful. I know I find the rotate and flip commands really useful when I'm helping someone, usually build team, speed up process on something. Like they build something and they want it in, to be all the way around an area, or at like 4 corners of an area or something like that. And when you have a build and it's on the north side and you need it on the south side, but you want it to be exactly the same, then you would use a flip. Or no, you wouldn't. I don't remember. I might have rotated it. I don't know. That IP is wrong. IP is jabmc.com or JustAddBacon.net. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see a how-to on other WorldEdit commands, let me know in the comments. If you thought this video was helpful, please leave a like. And if you want to see me actually play instead of talking about WorldEdit commands, or if you want me to start talking about other stuff and want to see it, please subscribe. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.